Throughout history, countless works of literature, science, and philosophy have been lost to time. These ancient texts once held the keys to understanding lost civilizations, their beliefs, and their technological advancements. Their absence leaves tantalizing gaps in the narrative of human progress, challenging us to imagine the knowledge and insights they might have contained. The stories of these lost texts are as much about their creators as they are about the forces that led to their disappearance. The fragility of written knowledge is a recurring theme in human history. Wars, natural disasters, and ideological shifts have all contributed to the destruction of invaluable works. The burning of libraries, the erosion of delicate manuscripts, and the suppression of heretical ideas have erased chapters of our collective intellectual heritage. Yet, these stories also reveal the resilience of knowledge, how fragments survive, echoing through time to inspire new generations. Each lost text represents a unique facet of human achievement. They capture the ingenuity, curiosity, and creativity of the cultures that produced them. From the philosophical musings of Democritus to the celestial calculations of the Maya, these works reveal the diverse ways humans have sought to understand their world and their place within it. Their loss is not just a matter of historical curiosity, but a reminder of the enduring need to preserve and protect intellectual and cultural legacies. The allure of these texts lies not only in their content, but also in the mysteries surrounding their disappearance. How did they come to be lost? What might they have contained? These questions drive both scholarly investigation and the popular imagination. The recovery of even a fragment of a lost work can reshape our understanding of history, offering new insights into ancient civilizations and their ways of thinking. The stories of lost texts are also a testament to the interconnectedness of human cultures. Many of these works emerged from periods of vibrant exchange, where ideas flowed freely across borders and traditions. The destruction of these texts often represents a break in this exchange, a severing of the threads that connect us to our shared past. Yet, the fragments that remain remind us of the enduring power of these connections. This documentary explores 10 lost ancient texts and bodies of knowledge, delving into their origins, significance, and the forces that led to their disappearance. Each segment uncovers a unique story, from the grandeur of the Library of Alexandria to the mystical Hermetica. Together, these tales paint a picture of humanity's unyielding quest for understanding and the fragility of the knowledge we seek to preserve. Our journey through these lost texts is not merely an exercise in historical reflection. It is a call to action. In an age where information is both abundant and precarious, the lessons of these lost works urge us to take seriously the responsibility of preservation. They remind us that the knowledge we hold today is a gift from the past, one that we must safeguard for the future. The stories of these texts also inspire hope. They show how even the faintest echoes of the past can ignite curiosity and innovation. The rediscovery of fragments, the reinterpretation of surviving texts, and the continual search for the lost demonstrate the resilience of human creativity. These stories invite us to imagine what might still be hidden, waiting to be uncovered. As we embark on this exploration of these 10 lost ancient texts, we celebrate not just the works themselves, but the enduring human spirit that created them. These texts are more than relics of a forgotten past. They are symbols of our shared pursuit of knowledge, a pursuit that defines us as a species. Let us honor their legacy by learning from their stories and ensuring that the light of discovery never fades. Our journey begins with the Library of Alexandria, established in the ancient Egyptian city during the reign of Ptolemy II Philadelphus. It was a beacon of knowledge and intellectual pursuit. Its creation was inspired by the Greek tradition of valuing philosophy and learning, and its goal was ambitious, to gather every written work from across the known world. Merchant ships docking in Alexandria were required to surrender any text they carried, which were then copied by scribes before the originals were returned. The library reportedly contained hundreds of thousands of scrolls and manuscripts, encompassing subjects ranging from astronomy to literature. It hosted works by some of history's greatest thinkers, including Euclid, who laid the foundations of geometry, and Eratosthenes, who calculated the Earth's circumference with remarkable accuracy. The institution also served as a cultural hub, attracting scholars, poets, and scientists who advanced their respective fields. Despite its glory, the library's fate remains one of history's great mysteries. Ancient accounts conflict about how it was destroyed. Some blame Julius Caesar's siege of Alexandria in 48 BCE, during which fires allegedly consumed parts of the city, including the library. Others suggest subsequent attacks by Roman or Christian forces played a role, or that it declined over centuries due to neglect. The destruction of the Library of Alexandria represents an irreplaceable loss to human history. Its demise severed links to countless ancient civilizations, leaving only fragments of their knowledge. Among the most tragic losses were the original works of figures like Archimedes and Hipparchus, whose ideas were centuries ahead of their time. Efforts to reconstruct its holdings through surviving references have provided glimpses into its content. Some scrolls were saved and later copied into Arabic during the Islamic Golden Age, preserving vital knowledge that would influence the Renaissance. However, the majority of its treasures remain irretrievably lost.
The library's legacy endures as a powerful symbol of humanity's unending quest to seek and safeguard knowledge. I'm reminded of its profound role as a beacon of human curiosity and the pursuit of knowledge. The library's legacy transcends time, symbolizing our shared desire to seek, preserve, and expand understanding. Modern institutions, such as the Bibliotheca Alexandrina, built near the historic site, stand as a tribute to this legacy. They foster global learning and cultural exchange, ensuring that the spirit of Alexandria continues to inspire scholars and learners across the world.
The Library of Alexandria also raises philosophical questions about the permanence of knowledge. How do we ensure that future generations can access the wisdom of the past? In an era of digital archiving, the story of the library serves as a cautionary tale about the fragility of human achievements. Speculations persist about what could have been achieved if the library's collections had survived. Would we have unlocked the secrets of the universe earlier? Could we have avoided centuries of stagnation during the Dark Ages? Such questions highlight the profound impact of its loss. Today, the Library of Alexandria remains a potent symbol of both human potential and vulnerability. It reminds us that the pursuit of knowledge is a shared responsibility, requiring vigilance and collaboration across generations. The dream of Alexandria's scholars lives on in every effort to expand and preserve humanity's intellectual heritage. Next in our journey are the Sibylline Books, which have captivated the imagination of historians and storytellers for centuries. These ancient prophetic texts, shrouded in mystery and legend, were said to contain divine insights that could guide the Roman Republic and later the Roman Empire through times of peril. The tale begins with an enigmatic woman, often identified as a Sibyl, or oracle, who appeared before King Tarquinius Superbus, the last king of Rome. She carried 9 books, claiming they held unparalleled wisdom and foretelling the future of Rome itself. Tarquinius, skeptical of the woman's claims, dismissed her offer when she demanded an exorbitant price for the books. Unfazed, the Sibyl burned 3 of the books and repeated her offer, now demanding the same price for the remaining 6. Again, the king refused, perhaps believing her actions were a mere ruse. Undeterred, she set 3 more books aflame, leaving only 3. This time, Tarquinius, struck by her audacity and the gravity of the situation, agreed to pay the original price. The surviving books were then entrusted to a group of priests known as the Quindecimviri, who safeguarded them in the Temple of Jupiter on the Capitoline Hill. The Sibylline books were not consulted lightly. Their use was reserved for moments of dire national crisis, such as wars, plagues, or natural disasters. When the Senate deemed it necessary, the Quindecimviri would interpret the cryptic prophecies to determine the proper course of action. These interpretations often led to the introduction of new religious rituals, the building of temples, or other measures aimed at appeasing the gods. The original Sibylline books met a tragic end in 83 BCE when a fire consumed the Temple of Jupiter. In response, Roman authorities sought to recover their prophetic tradition by collecting similar texts from across the Mediterranean. While this effort resulted in a new collection, scholars agree that these reconstructed Sibylline books lacked the authenticity and mystique of the originals. The loss marked the beginning of the end for one of Rome's most enigmatic traditions. The legend of the Sibylline books raises questions about the interplay between religion and politics in ancient Rome. Were the prophecies truly divine, or were they tools for political maneuvering? Some historians speculate that the books may have been manipulated to justify specific policies or actions, reflecting the pragmatic nature of Roman governance. Over time, the reconstructed Sibylline books themselves faded into obscurity, likely destroyed or lost during the turmoil of the late Roman Empire. However, their legacy endured in the collective memory of Rome as a symbol of divine guidance and the fragility of human efforts to preserve knowledge.
As a historian, I find the modern interpretations of the Sibylline books endlessly fascinating. They span from meticulous historical analyses to imaginative works of speculative fiction. For some, the legend serves as an allegory, warning of the consequences of disregarding wisdom. For others, it stands as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power. Even today, the story resonates deeply, inspiring art, literature, and academic inquiry. This enduring fascination underscores the timeless allure of this lost treasure of ancient prophecy.
The Sibylline books also remind us of the impermanence of even the most sacred artifacts. Their story is a testament to the lengths humans will go to preserve what they perceive as divine or transcendent. Yet, it also underscores the inevitability of loss, urging us to cherish and protect the knowledge we hold today. In the end, the Sibylline books are more than just a historical curiosity. They are a window into the ancient world's complex relationship with fate, faith, and foresight. Their legend endures, inviting each generation to ponder the mysteries of the past and the uncertain paths that lie ahead. The Epic of Gilgamesh stands as one of humanity's oldest literary masterpieces, an epic tale that predates Homer and forms the cornerstone of ancient Mesopotamian culture. Composed on clay tablets in cuneiform script, the story chronicles the heroic adventures of Gilgamesh, the semi-divine king of Uruk, and his quest for immortality. Yet, as archaeologists unearthed this ancient text in the 19th century, they were confronted with an unsettling reality. Not all of the tablets had survived the passage of millennia. The missing tablets leave tantalizing gaps in the narrative, forcing modern readers to piece together the story from the fragments that remain. What survives is a tale of friendship, loss, and the human struggle to accept mortality. Gilgamesh's bond with Enkidu, a wild man created by the gods to temper the king's arrogance, is central to the epic. Together, they embark on daring adventures, such as slaying the monstrous Humbaba and the Bull of Heaven. But Enkidu's death marks a turning point, sending Gilgamesh on a profound existential journey. One of the most enigmatic missing portions might have expanded on Enkidu's life before his transformation, or provided more detail about Gilgamesh's early reign. Scholars speculate that these sections could have offered deeper insights into Mesopotamian views on leadership, loyalty, and divine intervention. Without these tablets, the full scope of the epic remains elusive. Another significant gap lies in Gilgamesh's quest for immortality. After Enkidu's death, the grief-stricken king travels to the ends of the earth to find Utnapishtim, the survivor of a great flood who was granted eternal life by the gods. The surviving tablets recount parts of this journey, including Gilgamesh's encounters with mystical creatures and his eventual realization that immortality is unattainable. Yet, missing segments might have revealed additional trials or philosophical exchanges that deepened his transformation. The search for the missing tablets has spanned decades, with archaeologists scouring sites across modern-day Iraq, Iran, and Turkey. Occasionally, new fragments emerge, shedding light on previously unknown aspects of the epic. For example, a tablet discovered in 2011 revealed more details about Humbubba's terrifying nature, enriching our understanding of the epic's early chapters. The fragmented nature of the Epic of Gilgamesh mirrors the history of Mesopotamia itself, a civilization marked by periods of prosperity and devastation. Wars, invasions, and natural disasters contributed to the loss of countless cultural treasures, including many of the epic's original tablets. The surviving portions are a testament to the resilience of human creativity, preserved against the odds. Despite its incomplete state, the Epic of Gilgamesh has had a profound influence on literature and philosophy. Themes from the epic resonate in works ranging from the Bible to modern existentialist thought. Gilgamesh's quest for meaning in the face of mortality speaks to universal human concerns, bridging the gap between ancient and contemporary cultures. The missing tablets also invite speculation and reinterpretation. Writers and artists have imagined what these lost sections might contain, crafting their own versions to fill the gaps. This creative engagement with the epic highlights its enduring relevance and the human desire to complete what is incomplete. As scholars continue their efforts to uncover more of the Epic of Gilgamesh, the story serves as a reminder of the fragility and resilience of human knowledge. Each new discovery not only enriches our understanding of the past, but also deepens our connection to the shared human experience. In the end, the missing tablets are as much a part of the epic's legacy as the fragments that survive. They remind us that history is often an incomplete tapestry, with gaps that challenge us to imagine, explore, and preserve what remains. Hypatia of Alexandria stands as one of antiquity's most iconic figures, celebrated as a mathematician, philosopher, and astronomer who lived during the twilight of the Roman Empire. Her treatises, which delved into subjects like geometry, algebra, and celestial mechanics, were highly esteemed by her contemporaries. Yet, none of her works survive today, leaving only echoes of her brilliance in the writings of others. Born around 360 CE in Alexandria, Hypatia was the daughter of Theon, a mathematician and the last known member of the famed Library of Alexandria. Theon trained Hypatia in mathematics and philosophy, and she soon surpassed him in intellectual prowess. Her contributions included commentaries on works by Diophantus, Apollonius, and Ptolemy, which were likely intended to make these complex texts more accessible to students. These commentaries, now lost, played a crucial role in preserving and transmitting ancient Greek mathematical knowledge. Hypatia's intellectual pursuits extended beyond the confines of mathematics. She lectured on Neoplatonism, a philosophical system that sought to harmonize Plato's ideas with religious mysticism. Her lectures attracted students from across the Mediterranean, earning her widespread admiration and respect. Despite her fame, Hypatia's era was one of political and religious upheaval, and her prominence eventually made her a target.
As we reflect on the legacy of Hypatia, we must confront the tragedy of her untimely death and its broader implications. In 415 CE, amid rising tensions between Christians and pagans in Alexandria, Hypatia was unjustly accused of inciting discord. This accusation led to her brutal murder at the hands of a mob. spurred on by political and religious leaders of the time. Her death not only marked the loss of a brilliant mind, but also symbolized the decline of Alexandria as a center of learning, ushering in a period of diminished intellectual freedom and progress.
Historians speculate that Hypatia's works were systematically destroyed during or after her death. As religious orthodoxy tightened its grip on the intellectual landscape, texts associated with pagan scholars were often suppressed or obliterated. The loss of her writings represents not just the silencing of a singular voice, but also the erasure of an entire tradition of knowledge. Despite the absence of her original works, Hypatia's influence can still be discerned in the writings of those who came after her. Scholars such as John Philoponus and Simplicius referenced her ideas, suggesting that her teachings continued to shape scientific and philosophical thought, even in their fragmented state. This enduring legacy underscores the importance of her contributions, even as we lament their loss. The story of Hypatia has inspired countless interpretations over the centuries. Renaissance thinkers revered her as a martyr for science and reason, while modern writers and filmmakers have depicted her as a symbol of intellectual courage in the face of ignorance and intolerance. These interpretations often blend fact and myth, reflecting the power of her story to captivate the imagination. The loss of Hypatia's treatises also serves as a cautionary tale about the fragility of knowledge. Her works, which could have advanced mathematics and astronomy during the Middle Ages, were swept away by the tides of history. This loss reminds us of the countless other voices and ideas that have been silenced over the centuries, leaving humanity to rediscover truths that were once known. Today, Hypatia is celebrated as a pioneer of science and a symbol of resilience. Statues, novels, and academic programs honor her legacy, ensuring that her story endures. While her treatises may be lost, her spirit lives on in the pursuit of knowledge and the defense of intellectual freedom. In reflecting on Hypatia's life and work, we are reminded of the delicate balance between preservation and loss. Her story challenges us to protect the knowledge we have and to seek out the wisdom that has been forgotten, ensuring that the light of learning continues to shine for future generations. The Maya Codices represent a haunting chapter in the history of lost knowledge. These intricately crafted manuscripts, made from bark paper coated with lime, were repositories of Maya wisdom, covering topics such as astronomy, rituals, history, and daily life. Yet, of the countless codices created, only 4 survive today, the rest destroyed during the Spanish conquest in the 16th century. Before their destruction, the Maya Codices were integral to the civilization's intellectual and spiritual life. Scribes, often members of the elite priestly class, painstakingly recorded knowledge passed down through generations. Their texts were adorned with colorful glyphs and illustrations, showcasing a deep understanding of astronomy, mathematics, and religion. Each codex was a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds, a guide for navigating the complexities of Maya existence. The arrival of Spanish conquistadors marked the beginning of the end for these precious manuscripts. Missionaries, such as Bishop Diego de Landa, deemed the codices pagan and heretical. In one infamous incident, de Landa ordered the burning of countless codices in 1562, describing his actions as necessary to purge the Maya of their idolatries. His account chillingly states, "We found a great number of books, and since they contained nothing but superstitions and falsehoods of the devil, we burned them all." This cultural annihilation was devastating. The loss of the Maya Codices severed a direct link to one of the most advanced pre-Columbian civilizations. Only fragments of their astronomical and mathematical achievements survive through inscriptions on stone monuments and the 4 extant codices, the Dresden, Madrid, Paris, and Grolier codices. Each offers a tantalizing glimpse into a sophisticated world of knowledge. The Dresden Codex, for example, is renowned for its detailed astronomical tables, including calculations of lunar cycles and eclipses. It demonstrates the Mayas' remarkable ability to predict celestial events with precision rivaling that of modern scientists. Similarly, the Madrid Codex reveals aspects of daily life and rituals, while the Paris Codex contains prophecies and a calendar system. The Grolier Codex, the most controversial of the four, sparked debates about its authenticity before being largely accepted as genuine. Despite the richness of these surviving texts, they are but a fraction of what once existed. The lost codices might have contained additional insights into Maya medicine, engineering, and governance. The destruction robbed future generations of a fuller understanding of this brilliant civilization's achievements and worldview. The Maya Codices' loss also raises questions about cultural preservation and the consequences of colonization. Their destruction serves as a stark reminder of how fragile knowledge can be in the face of ignorance and intolerance. It underscores the importance of respecting and preserving the cultural heritage of all peoples.
Scholars today are making remarkable strides in decoding the surviving Maya codices, driven by a deepening appreciation for the intellectual achievements of this remarkable civilization. With advancements in linguistics and technology, researchers are uncovering new insights into these ancient texts, revealing layers of meaning that enrich our understanding of Maya culture. This ongoing work is not just an academic pursuit. It serves as a profound act of restitution, recovering fragments of knowledge once thought lost to history. The story of the Maya Codices is both a cautionary tale and a testament to resilience. While the vast majority of their written heritage was tragically destroyed, the codices that remain stand as enduring symbols of Maya ingenuity and determination. They remind us that even in the face of immense loss, fragments of the past have the power to illuminate the present and inspire future generations.
As we reflect on the fate of the Maya Codices, we are reminded of the ongoing responsibility to protect cultural heritage. Their loss teaches us the value of diversity in human knowledge and the necessity of safeguarding it for future generations. The codices may be scarred by history, but they continue to speak to us, urging humanity to honor and learn from the wisdom of the past. The Book of the Wars of the Lord is one of the most enigmatic texts referenced in ancient scripture. Mentioned briefly in Numbers 21:14 of the Hebrew Bible, it remains an enduring mystery, its contents and fate lost to time. Scholars and theologians have speculated about its purpose and significance, seeing it as a tantalizing fragment of Israelite history that can illuminate the culture and conflicts of a bygone era. A single biblical reference suggests that the Book of the Wars of the Lord was a poetic or historical chronicle detailing the victories and struggles of the Israelites during their journey through the wilderness. Some believe it was a military record, recounting battles fought with divine intervention, while others think it may have included songs of triumph, much like the Song of Deborah found in the Book of Judges. The text likely served both a practical and spiritual purpose. As a historical document, it could have preserved the names of leaders, places of conflict, and the outcomes of battles, offering a map of Israel's early conquests. Spiritually, it might have celebrated the power and presence of the Lord in these events, reinforcing the Israelites' faith in their covenant with God. Its loss has led to countless questions. Was the Book of the Wars of the Lord a standalone work, or was it part of a larger tradition of ancient Hebrew literature that has since disappeared? Some theorists suggest that it may have been absorbed into other biblical texts, its themes and stories woven into the broader narrative of the Torah. Others speculate that it was lost during periods of exile or conquest, when the Israelites faced cultural and political upheaval. The possibility of its survival as oral tradition adds another layer of complexity. Before the advent of widespread literacy, many cultures preserved their histories through storytelling. If the Book of the Wars of the Lord was once recited aloud, Fragments of its content might still echo in the poetry and songs of later biblical passages. Tracing these echoes is a challenge, but it offers hope that pieces of the lost text endure in some form. Archaeological discoveries have occasionally sparked hope of recovering the book. Ancient inscriptions and texts unearthed in the Levant sometimes contain parallels to biblical stories, hinting at a shared cultural memory. Yet, none have conclusively identified fragments of the Book of the Wars of the Lord, leaving its existence shrouded in speculation.
As a historian, I see the loss of this book as a poignant reminder of the broader voids in our understanding of ancient history. Countless written works from the ancient Near East have disappeared, casualties of time, conquest, and neglect. Each lost text is a missing piece in the intricate puzzle of our past. The absence of the Book of the Wars of the Lord, in particular, leaves a profound gap in the historical and religious narrative of the Israelites, challenging us to reconstruct their story with the fragments that remain.
Despite its absence, the book's legacy endures in its brief mention. It has inspired writers, theologians, and historians to imagine its contents, reconstruct its context, and debate its role in Israelite society. These efforts highlight the enduring human fascination with lost knowledge and the lengths we go to rediscover it. The Book of the Wars of the Lord also serves as a reminder of the impermanence of written records. Its story underscores the importance of preservation and the fragility of cultural heritage. Each discovery of ancient texts reaffirms the urgency of protecting our collective history. In the end, the Book of the Wars of the Lord is more than a lost text. It is a symbol of the mysteries that continue to drive human curiosity. Its mention in Scripture invites us to explore the rich tapestry of history, culture, and faith, even as we accept that some secrets may remain forever out of reach. The alchemical manuscripts of ancient China are a testament to humanity's quest for immortality and understanding of the natural world. These texts, composed during the Han and Tang dynasties, explored the intricate interplay of material transformation, spirituality, and medicine. Yet, many of these manuscripts have been lost to time, their secrets relegated to fragments and whispers in later works. At the heart of Chinese alchemy was the pursuit of the elixir of life, a mythical substance believed to grant immortality. Alchemists sought to transmute base materials into gold, not for wealth, but for its perceived purity and incorruptibility. Texts such as the recipes for the 100 medicines reportedly detailed complex procedures for creating these elixirs, blending minerals, herbs, and mystical incantations. The alchemical manuscripts were not merely about immortality. They reflected a broader philosophical framework, deeply rooted in Taoist principles. Alchemists viewed the universe as a dynamic interplay of yin and yang, and their experiments sought to harmonize these forces within substances and the human body. This holistic approach intertwined science, mysticism, and art, creating a tradition that resonated through centuries. One of the most famous figures associated with these manuscripts is Zhe Hong, a 4th century scholar and alchemist. His work, the Biopuzi, survives in part and provides valuable insights into the practices of his time. Zhe Hong's writings describe the dangers of alchemy, including poisoning from mercury and lead-based compounds, underscoring the perilous nature of these experiments. The loss of many alchemical manuscripts occurred during periods of political turmoil, such as the fall of the Tang dynasty. Wars, invasions, and the suppression of Taoism by rival philosophies contributed to the destruction of these texts. Additionally, the secrecy surrounding alchemical knowledge meant that much of it was transmitted orally or guarded within esoteric circles, increasing its vulnerability to extinction. Despite these losses, traces of ancient Chinese alchemy persist in surviving texts and archaeological discoveries. Bronze vessels and furnaces unearthed in ancient sites reveal the sophisticated techniques employed by alchemists. These artifacts, coupled with the remnants of manuscripts, offer a fragmented but fascinating glimpse into this lost tradition. The influence of Chinese alchemy extends beyond its immediate cultural context. Its emphasis on transformation and balance informed the development of traditional Chinese medicine, influencing practices such as acupuncture and herbal remedies. Furthermore, its philosophical underpinnings found echoes in later scientific endeavors, highlighting the enduring legacy of these ancient texts. Modern scholars continue to study the surviving fragments, decoding the cryptic language and symbolism of alchemical manuscripts. Their work not only deepens our understanding of ancient Chinese science and spirituality, but also bridges the gap between past and present, revealing the universal human drive to explore and transcend. The lost alchemical manuscripts of China remind us of the fragile nature of human knowledge. They are a stark example of how wars, cultural shifts, and time can erase centuries of intellectual achievement. Yet, they also inspire hope, as each discovery adds a new piece to the puzzle of our shared history. In reflecting on the alchemical manuscripts, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of science, philosophy, and art in ancient traditions. These texts, though lost, continue to spark curiosity and admiration, urging us to preserve the knowledge we hold and to honor the wisdom of those who came before us. The Hermetica, a collection of ancient writings attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, occupies a unique place in the history of philosophy and mysticism. These texts, blending Greek, Egyptian, and later Roman traditions, sought to bridge the gap between the human and the divine. Yet, much of the Hermetica has been lost to time, with only fragments and translations surviving to hint at the scope of its influence. The name Hermes Trismegistus means thrice great Hermes, a syncretic figure combining the Greek god Hermes with the Egyptian god Thoth. As a symbol of wisdom, Hermes Trismegistus was believed to be the author of profound works on cosmology, astrology, and alchemy. The Hermetica, a compilation of these teachings, became a cornerstone for those seeking to understand the mysteries of existence. Among the surviving texts, the Corpus Hermeticum and the Asclepius stand out as significant. These works delve into topics such as the creation of the universe, the nature of the soul, and the pursuit of divine knowledge. The Hermetica's central message emphasizes the unity of all things and the potential for humans to ascend to higher states of understanding through spiritual practice. The influence of the Hermetica spread far and wide during the late antiquity and Renaissance periods. Early Christian theologians, Islamic scholars, and European alchemists all found inspiration in its teachings. However, the texts faced persecution during the rise of Orthodox Christianity, as their mystical and esoteric nature was deemed heretical by some. This led to the suppression and loss of many Hermetic works. The Renaissance marked a revival of interest in the Hermetica. Scholars like Marsilio Ficino translated the Corpus Hermeticum into Latin, making it accessible to a new generation of thinkers. For Renaissance humanists, the Hermetica represented a bridge between ancient wisdom and contemporary spirituality. It inspired luminaries such as Giordano Bruno, who saw in its teachings a call for intellectual and spiritual liberation.
Even with its revival, much of the Hermetica remains cloaked in mystery. Many of its texts have been lost to time, leaving us with only fragments and translations to piece together its teachings. These missing writings, some speculate, might have delved into practical alchemy, liturgical practices, or profound philosophical doctrines. For modern readers, this incomplete picture adds to the allure of uncovering its hidden wisdom. The enduring fascination with the Hermetica stems from its exploration of humanity's place within the cosmos. Its teachings echo themes found in other mystical traditions, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all life and the transformative potential of knowledge. This universality has allowed the Hermetica to transcend the boundaries of its cultural and historical context, continuing to inspire seekers from diverse backgrounds around the globe.
Archaeological discoveries occasionally breathe new life into the study of Hermetic texts. In 1945, the Nag Hammadi Library in Egypt yielded a wealth of ancient manuscripts, including fragments that resembled Hermetic teachings. These findings offer hope that more lost texts might one day be uncovered, further illuminating the wisdom of Hermes Trismegistus. The loss of much of the Hermetica is a poignant reminder of the fragility of human knowledge. Wars, religious intolerance, and the passage of time have erased countless works of genius, leaving only glimpses of what once was. Yet, the fragments that remain testify to the resilience of great ideas and their ability to endure through adversity. In contemplating the Hermetica, we are reminded of the human desire to seek meaning in the vastness of existence. Its teachings invite us to look inward and upward, to explore the mysteries of the universe and our place within it. Even in its incomplete state, the Hermetica continues to inspire, urging us to preserve the wisdom of the past while daring to chart new paths of discovery. Democritus, often hailed as the father of modern science, was a pre-Socratic Greek philosopher whose groundbreaking ideas laid the foundation for atomic theory. Born around 460 BC in Abdera, Democritus was a prolific writer, credited with over 70 works covering topics as diverse as ethics, physics, cosmology, and mathematics. Yet, none of his original writings have survived intact, leaving us to reconstruct his legacy through fragments quoted by later philosophers. His most famous contribution to science is his atomic theory, developed alongside his mentor Leucippus. He proposed that all matter is composed of tiny, indivisible particles called atoms, which move through the void and combine in various ways to form the observable universe. This revolutionary idea, centuries ahead of its time, challenged the prevailing notion that matter was continuous and infinitely divisible. The loss of Democritus' works deprives us of the full depth and nuance of his atomic theory. Surviving fragments suggest that he also explored the properties of atoms, their shapes and their motion, offering insights that align remarkably well with modern scientific principles. How much further his ideas might have advanced physics and chemistry remains a tantalizing mystery. Beyond his scientific pursuits, Democritus was deeply interested in ethics and the nature of happiness. He believed that a good life stemmed from achieving euthymia, a state of inner tranquility and contentment. His writings on ethics, while overshadowed by his atomic theory, reveal a practical and humanistic philosophy that emphasized moderation, self-discipline, and the pursuit of knowledge. The destruction of Democritus' works likely occurred during the tumultuous periods of ancient history, as wars, invasions, and changing intellectual priorities swept away countless texts. His ideas were not embraced by influential thinkers like Plato, who reportedly disliked him and avoided referencing his works. This lack of endorsement may have contributed to the gradual disappearance of his writings from the intellectual mainstream. Despite these challenges, Democritus' influence persisted. Later philosophers such as Epicurus and Lucretius adopted and adapted his atomic theory, ensuring its survival through the Roman era. Lucretius' poem, De Rerum Natura, on the nature of things, is one of the primary sources through which Democritus' ideas reached the modern world. The rediscovery of atomic theory during the Renaissance reignited interest in Democritus. Scientists like Galileo and Newton acknowledged his contributions, recognizing the brilliance of his insights. However, the lack of original texts left gaps in understanding his broader philosophy, compelling scholars to rely on second-hand accounts. The loss of Democritus' works is a poignant reminder of the fragility of human knowledge. His writings, which might have accelerated scientific progress by centuries, were casualties of time and circumstance. Yet, their echoes in later works demonstrate the resilience of great ideas and their ability to transcend the limitations of history. Today, Democritus is celebrated as a visionary who bridged the worlds of science and philosophy. His atomic theory remains a cornerstone of modern physics, while his ethical teachings continue to inspire discussions on the good life. The fragments of his legacy remind us that even in the face of loss, the pursuit of truth and understanding endures. In contemplating Democritus, we are reminded of the power of curiosity and imagination. His vision of a universe governed by natural laws rather than capricious gods laid the groundwork for the scientific revolution. Even without his original works, his legacy shines as a beacon of human ingenuity and the unyielding quest for knowledge. The Pythagorean Brotherhood, an esoteric group founded by the ancient Greek mathematician and philosopher Pythagoras, produced a body of work that has fascinated scholars for centuries. These texts, which reportedly covered topics ranging from mathematics and music to ethics and cosmology, were closely guarded by the Brotherhood. Over time, most of these writings have been lost, leaving only fragments and second-hand accounts to hint at their content and significance. Pythagoras, who lived in the 6th century BCE, is best known for the Pythagorean theorem, a cornerstone of geometry. However, his teachings extended far beyond mathematics. The Brotherhood believed in the interconnectedness of all things and saw numbers as the fundamental building blocks of reality. Their writings likely explored these metaphysical concepts, blending mathematical rigor with spiritual insight. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Pythagorean texts is their treatment of harmony and proportion. Pythagoras discovered that musical intervals could be expressed as simple ratios, such as 2:1 for an octave. This revelation linked mathematics to music and laid the groundwork for the study of acoustics. The Brotherhood's text likely expanded on this idea, offering a unified vision of the cosmos as an expression of numerical harmony. The secrecy of the Pythagorean Brotherhood contributed to the loss of their writings. Members were bound by strict oaths, and their knowledge was transmitted orally or written in coded forms. This exclusivity protected their teachings, but also made them vulnerable to extinction as the Brotherhood declined. Following Pythagoras' death, internal disputes and external persecution further fragmented the group. The destruction of the Pythagorean texts during the Roman conquest of Magna Graecia was another significant blow. Temples and schools associated with the Brotherhood were destroyed, and their writings were either lost or assimilated into other traditions. What remains are scattered references in the works of later philosophers like Plato and Aristotle, who were influenced by Pythagorean ideas but adapted them to their own frameworks. Plato, in particular, admired the Pythagoreans and incorporated their notions of harmony and proportion into his philosophy. The Timaeus, one of his dialogues, reflects a Pythagorean worldview in its depiction of the cosmos as a mathematical and musical structure. Yet, without the original texts, it is difficult to discern how much of Plato's thought was directly inspired by Pythagoras and his followers. The loss of the Pythagorean texts has not diminished their impact on history. The Renaissance saw a revival of interest in Pythagorean ideas as scholars sought to rediscover ancient wisdom. Figures like Johannes Kepler and Galileo Galilei drew on Pythagorean principles, seeing the universe as a harmonious system governed by mathematical laws. Modern mathematics and science still bear the imprint of Pythagorean thought. The concept of mathematical harmony underpins fields as diverse as physics, music theory, and architecture. The Pythagorean emphasis on the unity of knowledge and the interplay between the material and spiritual worlds continues to inspire interdisciplinary approaches to understanding reality. The mystery surrounding the Pythagorean texts invites speculation and imagination. Were there deeper mathematical insights or esoteric teachings hidden within these lost works? Could they have offered a more profound understanding of the connections between numbers, nature, and the divine? These questions keep the legacy of the Pythagorean Brotherhood alive in the minds of scholars and seekers alike. In reflecting on the Pythagorean texts, we are reminded of the fragility of knowledge and the enduring power of ideas. Though the writings themselves have vanished, their influence persists, shaping the way we perceive the universe. The story of the Pythagorean Brotherhood is a testament to the timeless pursuit of wisdom and the belief that mathematics can illuminate the mysteries of existence. The loss of these ancient texts and bodies of knowledge is both a tragedy and a challenge. They remind us of the impermanence of human achievements and the importance of preserving cultural heritage. Yet, their stories inspire us to seek, discover, and learn, ensuring that the knowledge we hold today endures for future generations. Each of these lost works, from the Library of Alexandria to the Hermetica, represents more than just a collection of writings. They are windows into the minds of ancient civilizations. They reveal humanity's enduring curiosity about the universe, our place within it, and the intricate interplay between the material and spiritual worlds. Their loss underscores the fragility of knowledge, highlighting how wars, natural disasters, and ideological shifts can erase centuries of intellectual effort in an instant. However, the fragments that remain, whether physical or conceptual, continue to spark curiosity and drive discovery. They serve as puzzles for archaeologists, historians, and scientists to piece together, providing insights into the cultures that created them. For example, the rediscovery of portions of the Epic of Gilgamesh reshaped our understanding of early literature, while the ongoing study of the Hermetica reveals connections between ancient wisdom and Renaissance humanism. The stories of these lost texts also remind us of the resilience of human creativity. Even in the face of destruction, knowledge has a way of resurfacing. Oral traditions, secondary accounts, and archaeological discoveries ensure that fragments of these works endure, keeping their legacies alive. This resilience is a testament to the human spirit's unyielding drive to understand, create, and share. Moreover, the loss of these texts challenges us to reflect on the responsibilities we bear in the modern age. With advancements in technology, we have unprecedented tools to document, preserve, and share knowledge. Yet, the threats to cultural heritage persist, from armed conflicts to environmental disasters and even digital obsolescence. The lessons of history urge us to act decisively to safeguard the intellectual treasures of our time. The fascination with these lost works also speaks to a deeper human longing, the desire to uncover what has been forgotten, to complete what is incomplete. This longing fuels not only academic pursuits but also artistic and philosophical endeavors. Writers, filmmakers, and thinkers continue to draw inspiration from these mysteries, crafting new narratives that reimagine and reinterpret the fragments of the past. In addition, the stories of lost texts highlight the interconnectedness of cultures. Many of these works were created in times of rich cultural exchange, where ideas flowed freely across borders and traditions. Their loss is not just a loss for one civilization, but for humanity as a whole, a reminder of how much we have to gain by fostering understanding and collaboration across cultures. The enduring allure of these ancient texts lies in their dual nature as both artifacts of the past and symbols of possibility. They challenge us to imagine the world as it might have been and to envision how their recovery or reinterpretation could shape the future. They are reminders that knowledge, once shared, has the power to transcend time and transform societies. As we honor the legacy of these lost works, we are called to carry forward their spirit of inquiry and creativity. Whether through rediscovering forgotten texts, preserving endangered knowledge, or expanding the boundaries of understanding, we can ensure that the light of human curiosity continues to shine. The stories of these ancient texts are not just about loss. They are about the enduring quest to uncover, preserve, and celebrate the wisdom of the ages. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories from the past. Let us know your thoughts or questions in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.